What's going on, Paisanos? V here, coming at you guys, well, with another market watch today. You know, one of the biggest things with a Banlist is not necessarily what's going to be going on or off the Banlist, but or how it's going to change the way we play the game for the next couple of months after the release date, but what's basically going to go up and go down the market. A lot of people have a lot of vested interest in the market, whether you acknowledge it and watch these videos every day, or whether you go on TC Player, whether you're always looking around and seeing on Facebook about a card that just went up that used to be like worth nothing. The Banlist plays a huge part on that. It's basically a day in which, boom, these cards are now worth money, and these cards are now going to be going down in value that fast. Normally throughout the day for Yu-Gi-Oh! In the market, it does happen, but not necessarily at just one shot. And with the release of Banlist, it will. And in this video, we're going to be talking about cards that have a chance of going up in value, going down in value, or for the most part, have been slowly go up in value and will continue to go up in value. Guys, if you're new to the channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, comment down below. Comment question of the day. What card right now that you're holding on to that you're looking for it to go up in value? I think it's really important to have a binder full of cards, whether it's banned or limited or semi-limited, that have potential to come off the ban list. Because those cards, as we know from in previous history, have spiked insanely high. And looking at the cards, this ban list is almost no different. And looking at the meta, it's almost no different, that we're going to see certain cards in certain people's binders go crazy high in value. Virtual World, though, probably not. Virtual World, my He-Man, Lulu, with a $17 market price is roughly around $16. Now, even though I think Virtual World definitely still have potential post-ban list, I really do think that. I don't think it's going to be, Lulu, in fact, is going to go back up to $20 anytime soon. The bans would have to do some weird kind of moves in order to make Virtual World like the best deck around, and Lulu by proxy, a very expensive card. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen. I will say, though, I do think that, like I said, Virtual World have potential, but this core is going to be relatively cheap soon. So if you are looking to buy Virtual World, just wait. But other cards you want, but just wait on Lulu. It's going to continue to be going down. Then we have, well, the Speed Duel Battle Cities. Now, yeah, the bans doesn't really affect Speed Duels straight up, but Speed Duels affect you. A lot of people don't realize the fact that these Speed Duel cards, well, factor in many different ways. Number one, for a GOAT format, this is a big deal. Digital hasn't been secret in a very long while, and the original Prince Jinzo artwork secret rare out of Speed Duels is about $10, and that price point is looking to go down even more so. The Speed Duel Battle Box normally is roughly around $30, and you get cards like Blue Eyed Dragon, the secret rare version, a rarity in which it was never printed in this kind of artwork, for about $20. And these are pre-sale prices, by the way. Yes, you have 5 Mission Tanky, but we already have it secret rare. You have the God cards. I think we already have them secret rare. But then you got GOAT format cards reprinted in the Speed Duel Battle Box, like No Mana Crossout, Reinforcing the Army, Breaking the Magic Warrior. Jinzo's also a phenomenal example, another phenomenal example of this. Aeronite Parsith. Like, this is a big deal for this Battle Box. And I feel like a lot of people don't really understand Speed Duels as much because they don't really care about it. And that's fine, whatever. But just like Speed Duel OTS Pack 1, you should definitely care about that because that's going to make moves in the market. Elder the Golden Lord is another great card, and another great example of a card in which is just slowly going down, despite the fact that Elite variants, Elite Zodiac probably, is a phenomenal deck. The card was roughly around, well, you see over here, 43 in the market price, and then you see its value be barely holding on to $39. Well, why is that? It's simple. Even though Elix is a phenomenal deck, everyone has the gold version of El the Golden Lord. And then we look at the gold version from $39. The gold version is going for, I think, $8, I think, or $6. It's going to be hitting $6 soon. That's why I always think about it as $6. With shipping, it's roughly around $8. But this card's going to go lower soon. And by the way, real quickly, look at the walls. 15, 30, 245, 19. Like, there's just walls upon walls upon walls upon walls on this card. But yet, Elric is still one of the best decks. Golden Lord Secret Rare is about 39. And it's going to be going lower. I expect Elder the Golden Lord's price point to eventually tank down to $20. Now, will it remain there? Probably not. This is a phenomenal card. But it's going to be going down to $20 because everyone holding secret rares, they don't want their $40 card to become $20 and them losing out. So they're going to try to get rid of theirs and then probably go back in and buy it later on. This is the same treatment, by the way. If anyone's new to the game or relatively new to the game and knows about Cosmos, like Cosmos Destroyer, this is the same exact treatment. So I don't know why people, like, some people were surprised about this, or some people kind of got caught off guard about this. This card was a gold, maximum gold Elder Golden Lord was $18 on release day. Yeah, that card was not staying $18 for long. Then we have Thunder Dragon Colossus. Now, I keep talking about this card almost around every banlist, and every time I go back to this, especially specifically the Ultimate Rare Thunder Dragon Colossus, out of OTS 1 Pack 10 with a $56 market price, the value right now is actually a little bit down to 54. Then quickly goes back to 56, by the way, and then 59. But the reason why I talk about this is because banlist creates hype, and hype on banned cards creates suspension, and people throw their money towards that. Like, that's the thing in the market. Everyone throws money towards hype. Whether or not that money's going to stay, that's anyone's guess. But I will say, Thunder Dragon Colossus spiked back down the minute it was banned, and now every banlist is going, you know what? I don't want to be caught on the code on the Ultimate Thunder Dragon Colossus, and they're going to go in and grab it, and they're going to go in and grab it, and they're going to go in and grab it. And now we only have 13 price listings here on TCG Player. You can always get that. You can always get the 2019 Ghost like Megaton version for around $1, and then look at the Secret Rare version out of Soul Fusion with a $7 market price. Well, yeah, I lightly played $7. First edition's roughly around $11, and this is like the illusion of what Yu-Gi-Oh players see. They see the front end unlimited price and they go, oh, it's only $7. No, it's actually $11. Like, this is how these cards move. And by the time they finally hit those crazy numbers, it's already too late. You're not going to be able to go in and get it at a low price point from maybe another TCG or another TCG seller. Like maybe your OTS store or Torontold or eBay or whatever. Because the value is slowly moving. Nothing says that more than Masterpiece, the true Draco Slade King. This card was at one point $2.50. Only printing at a maximum crisis. The card's holding a $14 market price. No. Unlimited roughly around $18. And if you want a first edition version of this card, you're looking to pay at least $20. Why is that? Well, everyone has hype behind this card. Now, if this card was to come off the bans, would it do anything? That's a phenomenal question. I think right now, probably not. In a mid-range meta, probably. But not to the extent that you're going to say, oh my god, True Dracos is back because this one card came off the bans to what? I don't think it's going to happen like that. But I do think it would definitely make a little bit of an impact. What I'm trying to say is, even though, like, this card has a chance to come up the bans one day, maybe, possibly, who knows? Would it really go high in value if it does? Of course it will. Will it have an impact? Probably not. I don't think so. Some might disagree with me in the comments section and go, V, it's definitely going to have an impact. It's going to be broken. It's going to be amazing. The meta we're in right now says different. And maybe the ban list comes out, and this card is the only change in the ban list. Goes to 1. Can this card really fight the current meta? I don't think so. But hey, listen, the hype of it coming off the ban list, immediately you would notice the difference in price point. And if you hold this card, and you have held this card, it might be a good time to sell. Or if you're looking to play a deck, it might be a good time to play. Who knows? I think it's always a good time to sell into the hype of a banlist release, and then wait and come back later on, and then buy those cards. And we have a lot of good examples. I might do a video talking about examples of cards that when they came off the banlist spiked crazy high, and then it just shot back down. You know, I mean, it happens. I mean, recently, I think first card come to mind, Harpy's Featherduster. That card spiked crazily, even though it's a one of, more or less seen play in the side deck. That card did spike like craziness. And what happened with Harpy's Featherduster? Immediately got a reprint, value went down. Alright, Zurich Third Blade though did not. Zodiacs, I think, still are going to be good throughout post the ban list. I think it's one of the very few decks that you could look at, like Elric as well, by the way, that you could go, yeah, the meta slows down, this deck benefits. Like, this is the one of the few decks that, looking at the game as it is, that's good right now, and might be a good post-meta in the ban list. Then again, it depends on what they do with the ban list, but looking at Zodiac Third Blade, I think we can all agree this card desperately needs a reprint. If you want to grab your copy of Ultra Rare Zodiac Third Blade, whether it's the 2017 Megaton or Raging Tempest, you're looking to pay $12. This ain't changing. Like, post-ban list, this might go up even higher if everyone goes, wait, Combo's dead? And that deck that's still fighting Combo right now, that's doing relatively good, that deck gets better now because Combo's gone? Zodiacs actually might go higher post-ban list. And not just Third Blade, like our other Zodiac cards. Then we have Archery Eccentric. Listen, like I said, pendulums are a mechanic, not a deck, and I feel like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players forget the fact that this is a phenomenal card that's insanely inexpensive. Does Archery Eccentric have a bunch of printings? Oh yeah, a bunch of other printings, but if you want the highest rarity Archery Eccentric, the Secret Rare coming out of Clash of Rebellions, with a $4 market price, the value right now unlimited is roughly around $5, and if you want a first edition version, it spikes crazy high up to $6. $6 for this card. Now, once again, like I said, you don't have to get a Secret Rare, but if you want the highest rarity, that is what it is. There's a bunch of other rarities of Archery Eccentric. It's as low as 9 cents. But Archery Eccentric, Secret Rare being like $6 for a first edition version, Secret Rare at Clash of Rebellions, I mean, that's pretty good. It's a really good buy. especially for something like pendulums, which I still think are the cockroach in a nuclear explosion. They will always be around. Don't think, well, pendulums are dead. They're finally gone. Don't think, ooh, I hate pendulums. No. They will always be around. Not only will they always be around, they'll always be around, and they'll always record pendulums, despite the fact that they're an entirely different deck than what they were a year ago, 6 months ago, 3 months ago. Like, they are... You ever seen the movie The Thing from, like, the 80s? If you haven't seen it, it's a really good movie. Go check it out. But they are the thing. They just go and they go, all right, this is the meta now, and now I'm going to be tier 1. And you're like, oh no, let's fight the meta. And then, like, you defeat pendulums, and they're gone. They're like, oh, they're like tier 8 now, lols. And then they just come back again. Because guess what? Pendulum cards keep getting printed because Konami likes to print game mechanic cards. It's like looking at Infernobles and go, oh, this is my Synchro deck. Or my Synchro Link deck or whatever. It's like, yeah, Synchro Link's a very lazy way to say the fact that your deck just rips cards out of people's hands. And I feel like looking at pendulums is kind of the same thing where it's like, this is my pendulum deck. It does a lot more than that. Anyway, looking at Chaos Hunter, I love this card. I think we can all agree that hand traps are probably going to be around this game for a very long time. With the release of course of Designator, even though we already currently have Triple Tactics talents, hand traps are just not going away. And yeah, you can get any version of Chaos Hunter. There's tons of other printings, but if you want the Storm of Ragnarok version that nobody's looking at right now, that's going to have value in the future, with a $12 market price, the unlimited versions are roughly around $13. And if you want a first edition version of this card, you're going to look to pay roughly around $20. And it's not that big a deal, to be honest with you, because every time this card gets bought out in the meta, the amount of listings, by the way, there's only 3 pages right now, but the amount of listings on TCG Player, it shrinks more and more and more, because people just don't sell it after they buy it. They buy it, they use it, and they go, all right, and they just throw it in their binder, and the value moves. And then then the next people come in, they do the same thing, and the same thing, and the same thing, and the same thing, and this card slowly shrinks away from the market. Chaos Hunter is a phenomenal hand trap that nobody can really play right now, but has so much good potential in the future of this game. It's not going to be going away. And I feel like a lot of people kind of forgot about that, but they will always get reminded with a hand trap that's not really a hand trap, but kind of a hand trap, like Chaos Hunter. Then we have Cyblocker. 2 printings, 3 printings, 2 in Battle Pack Epic Dawn, regular, I think it's common, and like the Star Foil, but nobody cares about that. Even though, hold on a second, I just know something really crazy. Even though the Star Foil has, oh, I thought it was 5 listings, no mind, yeah, nobody cares about that. Okay, cool. Secret Rare Subject Blast, Cyblocker. This card literally says, once per turn, declare a card name. Konami Banlist, the card cannot be played. Well, okay, specifically, cards with that name and their effects cannot be used until the end of the opponent's next turn. Okay, just want to throw it out there. Mini Banlist, okay. This card, Secret Rare, as Starstrike Blast, which should be a big hint to you, has a market price of roughly around $8. If you want an unlimited version, well, there is none. You just got lightly played first editions. They start at $8. I'm going to tell you right now, Paisanos, I own 2 places of this card. I'll place it in Secret Rare, and I'll place it in Star Foil Rare. I want to play the Secret Rare, and when this card spikes in value, it's inevitable it's going to happen, by the way. I'm going to probably play the Star Foil Rare, and sell the Secret Rare when it gets really high in value. That is the way to do it. That is the way to go about making money in this game, or taking your binder, or taking what you put in this game, and getting more out than what you put in. Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a phenomenal game of you putting in money and getting an investment that's probably not going to come back with a good return. It's really good. The game's like design almost. It's like going to a carnival and going, I'm going to plus at a carnival. You're probably not unless you're really good at what you do, or you really know what to do. And in Yu-Gi-Oh, you go to your Walmart, we all have done it. Go to your local OTS store, you buy your packs, you buy your boxes, you're probably not going to get a good ROI. It's just not going to happen. But then again, when you go and invest in the singles market, that's on you now, because what you're doing is you're putting money right today and hoping to get more out tomorrow, next week, next month, a year, 2, 3, 5 years from now. That's what you're looking to do. And Yu-Gi-Oh! Players have benefited greatly from the secondary market. It's a really crazy thing. Looking at Cyblocker, it's going to go up in value. It's inevitable. Whether we argue about it today, tomorrow, via another come off the bat, I don't care. It's going to be going up higher in value. Starstrike Blast, that's what I need to say. You know what's crazy too? I talked about Victoria not too long ago, actually, from Stars Overdrive. There was a playset of Italians, I bought those, and a playset of First Editions, and I also bought those. And at the time, Victoria, I think, was like $6-7, I believe. Looking at Victoria Secret Rare Stars Dust Overdrive, the card has a $7 market price. $7! Okay, by the way, it does have other printings, in case anyone's like, whatever. It has another printing in the Lock Sanctuary structure deck. That's been a while, but I do think it'll get another. I do think Victoria will probably get another reprinting. I believe so. It also has a Hobby League printing as well in the different rarity colors. Anyway, the secret is where the money's at. Let's be real. So once again, $7. All right. Looking at Victoria, let you play unlimited starts at $11. After those two have been sold, the new price point of Victoria is $24. $24. That's for unlimited, by the way, which is insane. Now, if you want a first edition version of Victoria, well, they have one first edition left, and it's roughly around $96. This is what I'm talking about. You put some in, you want to get more out, and then you want to sell and then move away and do whatever you want to do. Don't get me wrong, I really don't know if Victoria's ever going to see play. And I think I mentioned that, I'm pretty sure I mentioned that last time I talked about Victoria, because I don't think this card will ever see play. But but the hype and potential of this card seeing play, the fact that it's a secret rare, it's only found in this old set, and has a printing in a starter deck from like Lights ones, from back when Lights came in the starter deck, is a good indication of the fact that this card can go up higher in value. Now, can this card go lower in the market price? I don't know. But I know initially it can go higher. Right now, can it go higher? I'm probably going to say yes. I think the limits, because the first editions are so insanely high and the limits are so insanely low, I think we're going to see an adjustment. And I think with all the copies of the unlimiteds are going to start moving up to catch up with the first edition copy. I'm pretty sure that's what we're going to be seeing here. Keep an eye on that. We'll talk about that in the future. I really love Blackwing. It's like a lot. I own 3 decors of Blackwings in every other rarity. That's how much I love the goddamn deck. I really like Blackwings. It's a really fun deck. Ultimate Rare at Ancient Prophecy, Blackwing Valued Emblem of Honor did amazing things on its debut release in Ancient Prophecy. And then quickly it started not doing as much. I mean, it had some play here and there, like in like a Twilight deck, which was the Light Swan Blackwings and Value Turbo and all that cute stuff, and then it just died. Nobody's really playing it. And I really do like this card a lot. Like, I'm not sure if I'm alone in this, but Value is a phenomenal card. And I always remember every time I look at Value, not even the Ultimate Rare, the other version, the Ultra Rare Value, I always think this card used to be so insane, value-wise as well as playability-wise. Nevertheless, I do think Blackwing Value Emblem of Honor, Blackwings by proxy, I think they could come back in this game. If not, I would not have bought 3 deck cores a long time ago and said there's a potential. Blackwing is always, in my mind, just like a lot of other decks in this game, have potential to come back. And some decks have already came back. So I think the potential for Blackwings is even more than a lot of other decks. I mean, if you ask me like a list of decks that come back in this game, number 1's always going to be Heroes. Heroes will always come back in this game, okay? Heroes will always be a deck that's going to come back in this game. That's why hero players exist. They know, and nobody's going to disagree with them. And if you disagree with them, you're a blithering idiot. Heroes will always be a deck that will go to like tier 10, little kids in the corner will play in the deck, to this deck's tier 1. Like, that's going to happen. It's always going to happen. With that said, I do think Blackwings are a huge fan favorite. Not here in the TCG as much as in the OCG, nevertheless a fan favorite universally though. And I do think Blackwings Value Emblem of Honor is a phenomenal card. Would it see play? I don't know. But it does have value. With a $14 market price, the value let you play unlimited. Well, there's a listing for $15, then $17 is the next listing. These are like solo listings, and then it's roughly around $20. And that's for the unlimited. For the first edition versions, they started roughly around $43. Quickly going roughly around up to $45, and then bottom of the page, $49 for Blackwing of a Value Emblem of Honor. I don't know if it's going to have value, but what I do know is, if you have this card, just keep holding on to it. It's only going to go more and more higher in value. Zelda Particulate is an adorable card. Secret Rare, only printing in Crimson Crisis. Now, I don't know, because I know with Drytons, everyone's like, well, V, there's Drytons, and you can do things with EVA tokens. I don't know how it works fully, I'll be honest with you. But Zelda Particulate is a dark fairy which affects states. You can trip in 1 EVA token to special summon this card from your hand. When this card is in your graveyard and a monster is on your opponent controls you from play, special summon an EVA token. Fiend type, dark level, blah blah blah, to your side of the field. Listen, I don't know if it's gonna see play. I have zero idea. But I do know a Secret Rare solo printing out of an old set like Crimson Crisis. Yeah, it's gonna be good money. Like that's money. I think we're all in agreement on that. Like, high fives all around. That's gonna be a good card value-wise. I don't know if it's gonna have play. Zelda Particulate right now with a $3 market price is roughly around $2.50 and let you play unlimited. Any one of the first edition versions, those bad boys, which shipping included, is about $5. $5 for a card that came out in Crimson Crisis. A majority of people watching this video probably wasn't even playing when this card was released. What I'm trying to say is, this is a good card for value, and I think a lot of people are just sleeping on this. The artwork is pretty dope, by the way. Okay, so let's talk about Genesis Impact. because the ban list will seriously, immediately impact the value of the set. Like the set, it's German chord, chances ban list impact, because that's what's basically going to happen. The ban list is no sooner than the 15th. Well, sure, but the 15th is on a Tuesday? Is it Tuesday? Okay, the 15th is on next week on a Tuesday. There's a good chance we will get a ban list on Friday the 11th, or before, around that time, Friday the 11th. I don't think Konami's going to release a ban list on Saturday and Sunday. It's how they've done in the past, kind of, but not really. Will they release a ban list on Monday? I would love to see it happen, but probably not. Usually we get a ban list, relatively early. We get like at least a week of a ban list. And I mean, is there a chance we're getting a ban list on the 15th? Of course there is. And if you're looking to, if you're looking to play Drytons, well, you're going to want to look in that ban list. If you're looking to play Magistus, you're going to want to still look into that ban list, because the ban list is going to impact this set. Drytons, the whole entire core, depending how you want, if you want to buy high rarity, it's different, but the whole entire core of Drytons, how much is that going to run you? I mean, you're going to want to buy one of the Dryton monsters, right? Well, these are collector's rares, so I want to buy the collector's rares, but Dryton Nova is roughly around $21. You need 3 of those, that's $60. 65 with shipping and tax. Is it Nova the one you want, or is it Medianus? $16 as well, 3 of those. Like, this is what I'm saying. You're throwing money to a deck core that could get inadvertently hit in the ban list. Now, could they hit Drytons on the ban list? Of course not. If Konami hit Dryton in the ban list, that would be a big faux pas on Konami's part, because they're just releasing, they're gonna lose money on. They don't want to lose money on sets. So no, I don't think Konami's gonna immediately go, all right, we'll put Dryton, Medianus Dryton on the ban list. Please buy set. Like, it's not gonna happen like that. But what I do think is gonna happen is Konami can inadvertently hit a lot of things. Like, another good example, Virtual World. Can Konami hit Virtual World? No. It recently came out in Phantom Rage. Has it been that long? No. Konami's gonna be like, oh, filling up Virtual World. They're gonna be like, oh, Virtual World, best deck, or whatever. They're not gonna want to hit Virtual World. But what they're gonna want to do? Well, easily. They're gonna want to hit VFD. And hitting VFD does impact Virtual World. I mean, the deck can easily make 2 VFDs in one turn. Yeah, this deck gets hit big time by not hitting it specifically. Well, with Drytons, it's kind of the same situation, which you don't necessarily need to hit Drytons directly. You can hit other cards, which will have a direct impact on Drytons. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Now, do you want to go in and go to your locals and buy your cores? People are still going to do it, by the way. They're going to watch the video. They're going to go, I agree with that guy. And they're going to go, all right, time to go to locals. They're going to get their little backpack on, their little mask on, gloves on. They're going to have a condom on. They're going to do all kinds of goofy safety things. They're going to walk in their locals with a breathing tank, oxygen tube, and they're going to go, order me up a Dryton core, young man. In which the locals owner goes, oh, hell yeah, you got to get I'm selling you that Dryton core. You know why? Because the owner knows just as much as every other Yu-Gi-Oh player that season knows, that's been around, that this shit can get hit that fast. And once again, not directly, but indirectly. And as you're, they're selling you your deck, and you're buying a deck, and you're going, I do like Drytons. I do think Drytons are good. They're like, yeah, Drytons are really good. They know what's gonna happen. So what I'm trying to say is, just wait a little bit. Listen, I'll let you know right now, Paisanos. I'm gonna go ahead and buy Drytons, not today. And when I do buy Drytons, because obviously the Yu-Gi-Oh! Extravaganza is happening in 2 weeks, I'll let you know. I'll make the announcement in my video. And the reason why is because I want you guys to understand why it's important to time to what you buy. Could I be wrong? Of course. I can make a video going, I'm buying Drytons, and then later on that day, Konami's like, dummy, and then throws the ban list out. That could realistically happen. I'm not ignorant to that. It can happen when the ban list is the murderer in a movie. It can always kill you. It's just, the question is when and how. You know what I'm saying? That's literally the ban list. And by you, it's the money you put into this game, your trade binder, your entire collection, as well as the current way you look at the meta. The murderer can literally stab you in a multitude of times. The only question is whether or not it's going to happen on today, whether the ban list is going to come out tomorrow, whether the murderer slash ban list is going to hit you on the 14th at midnight. Hey everybody, you bought Drytons? You bought Drytons? You bought... Hit the fucking... Hit that. Like, they could do that. And if anyone thinks Konami is not above that, you have just started this game. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh! Hey, if you're new to the game, new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. You got a lot to learn. And don't worry about it. We're going to learn together. It's your boy Veen. You paisanos? You paisanos have a great day.